And up next here, we got a middleweight fight between Gregory Rodrigues and Denis Tiuliulin. Gregory Rodrigues, he's built a name and fan base through his fighting in the cage, his fighting style, and he's one of the better known non-ranked middleweights in the UFC. He's had entertaining come from behind wins, and he's always down to go to war. And this is a pivotal spot in his career, though. He's looking to bounce back after an upset knockout loss. He was rising up in the weight class, and he was going to fight Brad Tavares in that fight, but Tavares pulled out. He ended up fighting a UFC newcomer in Bruno Ferreira in a fight that he really shouldn't have lost. Ended up getting knocked out by having a bad game plan, and he can't afford to have another one of those outcomes happen here as a big favorite. If he does that, then I think his spot in the UFC is a little precarious, and I also think that his chances of getting into that ranked talks again are probably slim to none. But Denis Tiuliulin, his opponent, he's had an up and down start to his UFC career. He's had 2 fights that he's lost via rear naked choke, and he's had 1 fight he won via knockout. These fighters have kind of been circling each other for a while now. They were supposed to fight a couple months ago. Tiuliulin withdrew, so hopefully he's ready to go here. I don't know why he had to withdraw, but Tiuliulin needs a win, man. I mean, he has his back against the wall here. Can't afford to go 1-3 in the UFC. And we look at Tiuliulin's style. He's a pressure fighter. He's a good boxer. He has fluid, slick, clean hands. Nice jab, good straight punches. He attacks the body. He throws pretty good combinations. He has some of the better boxing in the weight class, and he'll throw some nice elbows, knees. He'll sometimes work body kicks. He has nice leg kicks. But he's fairly one-dimensional. He tries to make it a war and uses boxing pretty much. And he's not really the best defensively either. But Tiuliulin's wrestling is what costs him in almost all his fights. He has bad grappling, bad wrestling. He's been submitted a few times. He's been held on the ground. And, that's going to be the easiest path to victory for Gregory Rodrigues, is taking him down. When you look at Gregory Rodrigues, he's a well-rounded fighter. He's going to be the faster, more powerful, and explosive fighter in this fight, the more well-rounded striker. He throws hard 3-2s, 2-3s. All his punches are heavy. He has a nice uppercut. He has good hand speed, heavy kicks, and he's a good brawler. I mean, he's someone that we've seen him get in these exchanges, get hurt and come back, like against Chidi Njokuani, against Jun Young Park. But he's not that durable, man. I mean, the guy's dangerous, but he's fallen on his sword and been knocked out a couple times. He's been hurt in other fights, and you have to knock him out cold to get him out of there, but there is going to be a time when he's going to have to stop brawling and start fighting smarter. His career is going to end quick. And Gregory Rodrigues, he's a world champion in jiu-jitsu, and you would never really know that. A lot of his early wins came on the ground, and he has decent wrestling, but he just doesn't use it in his fights enough. I do anticipate he could take down Tiuliulin if he wants to, and if he could take him down, I think he could finish him on the ground really easily. It's just going to be up to whether he wants to do that. But I'm going to say Robo-cop bounces back here, wins first-round submission. If it becomes a brawl, then maybe Tiuliulin could get something in there and get the finish. But I feel like Rodrigues, with his not his career on the line necessarily, but huge fight for him here. He can't afford to lose. I think he finally will fight smart and use that grappling. But man, I mean, Rodrigues to me is a scary guy to parlay, a scary guy to bet straight or predict to win when he's a huge underdog, because he, fights sometimes in these 50-50 fights when he doesn't need to. So hopefully we see smart fight IQ from Rodrigues, and I'll predict him to win via first-round submission.